Welcome to the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Cosmos, the beginner's guide to astronomy. In this edition, we're looking at comets. For thousands of years, comets have been seen as bringers of doom and despair by soothsayers and astrologers around the world. Whenever a comet appeared, a disaster would have happened. But of course, disasters are happening all the time, and comets just happen to be a convenient thing to use to blame for them. We now know, of course, that comets aren't really bringers of doom. They are very, very flimsy objects that travel around our solar system. A comet can best be described as a dirty snowball. If you imagine wintertime, pick up some snow, roll it into a ball, roll it through your garden, it'll pick up little bits of dust, little bits of dirt, small stones. Then imagine that many miles across. That is what the average comet looks like. And we know that from studies more recently with the Rosetta probe, which has actually visited the comet, we now see the central part of the comet, there's a big sort of lump of rock with lots of smaller stuff all around it. Now, as that comet approaches the sun, it starts to heat up. As it heats up, the ice, the gas simply burn away, and what we see are those wonderful pictures that you'll see in books showing the comet and that wonderful tail. Now, comets have very strange orbits as they travel around the sun. Planets tend to go around the sun in nearly circular orbits, whereas comets are in very stretched or very elliptical orbits. Some take a few years, some take hundreds, some take thousands of years to orbit the sun. There are famous comets. Comet Halley is probably the most famous of all comets. It was last around this part of the solar system in 1986, and it will return again in 2061. Back in the 1990s, there were two quite spectacular comets. Comet Hale-Bopp, which many people saw in the sky, and Comet Shoemaker-Levy 9, which smashed into Jupiter and gave astronomers the chance to see what happens when a body smashes into a planet. Are there comets around at the moment? There certainly are, but most of them are very faint and you can't see them. When is the next bright comet going to appear in the sky? Well, we simply just don't know. All we can do is just keep our eyes open and look at the skies and keep our fingers crossed that one will arrive in the very near future. Well, that's it for this edition of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Cosmos, looking at comets. If you have any questions, use our comments box. We'll look forward to seeing you next time. Goodbye.